When I was a freshman in college, I made a ton of money in what I can only describe as the weirdest of circumstances, and this is that story. Hello again. Before we dive in, I should emphasize how weird this story is. It doesn't make any sense, but it's completely true. I'm also going to be vague about names, locations, specifics, because you'll see. Here we go. So I was 19, a freshman in college, AKA broke. So one day I'm just hanging out with some friends and someone mentions that there's, I don't know what else to call it, but an event happening where students could make money. Oh, cool. What do we have to do? Tutor some kids, hand out some flyers. What are we talking here? No, he says. There's this bar. You bring your ID with you, show it to these people, and they give you $20. Just making sure I understand this. I show people my license and I get $20, and that's it. Red flag right from the start here. What is happening? Why would I get money for just showing someone my ID? Of course, looking back, now it sounds incredibly sketchy, but then, let's do this. Why wouldn't we? What's the worst that could happen? We don't get $20? May as well check this out. So the day arrives when this event is happening, and a group of us go to this bar. Write down your name and phone number and get in line, someone says. Psh, easy. Paperwork done, we're waiting in line. We reach the front. There's two men behind the bar. ID, the one guy asks. $20? Here we come. I hand my license over. I can smell the cash. 1 sec, he says, and walks away with my ID. Whoa, no, excuse me. What is going on? This was supposed to be a clean exchange. Oh God, I knew this was a bad idea. Is my identity stolen? I knew this was too good to be here, he says, and hands me back my license with a $20 bill. Okay. As for everyone else, they got $20 too. So this thing that sounded completely impossible is in fact very real. I know what you're thinking. Cool story. That's a ton of money. This story sucks. And to that I say, chill, because we're just getting started. A few days go by and I get a voicemail. It was something like, "Congratulations, you've been selected for the next round. Please bring your ID to the same address." What the hell is going on? Only one other friend of mine got this voicemail. They were narrowing people down. Was I supposed to be excited or terrified? I weighed my options. My ID was probably being used to take out loans for drug mansions overseas. $20. I'm now a part of the mafia and currently being watched by FBI. $20. Let's do this. So the day comes. Again, I go to the bar, fill out my name, number. Again, shorter line this time. Apparently these IDs were the best of the best. I get up to the bar, hand my ID over, he walks away. Again, this is probably where my good luck runs out. He'll come back and say I have to apply for some fake credit card or something. It's a shame because I was really starting to. He hands me my ID and $100. At this point, I am really struggling to not laugh. Not only did I get money, I got 5 times the amount of money. Is this my job now? Is this how I make a living? Folks, step right up and take a look at what some might call the finest ID in these here United States. My friends are waiting outside the bar. They're just as confused as I am. The money is really starting to pile up here. What if I told you this story is about to get 10 times weirder? Maybe a week goes by. I get another mysterious voicemail. "Congratulations, you've been selected as the final person. Please meet us on Saturday morning at this intersection, blah, 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 blah." This time, it wasn't even an address. It was just an area downtown. But in the morning, well, I had a decision to make. Do I continue showing up in strange places at the promise of money with no idea what's waiting for me? Or do I just quit while I'm ahead? As you're watching this, you're probably like, Bridget, come on. There's no way you're dumb enough to see this through. You probably came to your senses like a sane human. Let's do this. I know, it's bad, okay? But I went. I wanted to see what life had in store for me. I didn't go alone though. I brought a friend. We head to this corner downtown. We're standing there on the sidewalk. What are we supposed to be looking for? Suddenly, a van door just slides open. Yeah, a van. This is it. This is how I die. There's a group of at least 5 people in this van. A man and a woman get out. Goodbye, cruel world. All right, so here's what's gonna happen. The woman hands me an envelope. There's $7,000 cash in here. And here's a list. I'm an assassin. I'm an assassin now, and this is my hit list. The games are in order of priority, seats together, no partial viewing. I glance around as she's talking. Oh, we're outside of the stadium. Wait. Am I buying tickets to To a sporting event? If you're thinking of leaving this video, don't, because this story gets crazier. The lady explains to me that I'm about to have the chance to buy tickets that the general public doesn't have access to yet. It was up to me to get as many of the games on this list as possible. Okay, a little confusing with all of the requests that they had, but this isn't nearly as scary. One more thing, the woman says. Under no circumstances do you tell anyone where you got this money or who we are. Wait, what? Who? Why? What? Real confidence booster. At least my friend can come with me. We start to walk towards the stadium. No, he stays here. Of course, leaving my friend on the corner, all by myself. Here goes nothing. There was a small group of rich-looking businessmen gathered outside the stadium. Someone from inside the stadium pokes their head out of the door. We're ready for you. Follow me this way. I'm assuming that includes me. We walk into the stadium, down this hall, and the guy pushes on what looks like a wall. It's a door that leads into this dimly lit conference room. There is no one under 35 years old, except for me. There are no women in this room, except for me. Everyone is in a suit, except for me. The same person who led us into the stadium explains how we'll be picking games and who gets what tickets. I stuck exactly to what the people in the van had told me. Eventually, we were done. The stadium person speaks up again. I don't imagine this is the case, but no one is paying with cash, correct? My stomach does a backflip. All the businessmen are obviously shaking their heads no. Shit. I have to raise my hand. I literally have an envelope of $7,000. Yes, I have cash. I am paying with cash? Everyone was clearly aware of the small blonde girl from the start, but now everyone's eyes are on me. It felt like I was in a movie when someone goes,
"She doesn't even go here."
But that didn't happen. Okay, you can swing around to the front of the stadium and pick your tickets up there. We all go out front. Everything seems normal. I walk to the ticket window, slide my list of games through the slot. The woman behind the glass looks me up and down. She turns around and puts all of the tickets I need into an envelope. She slides it back through the slot towards me. I calmly reach for them, but her hand is still on the tickets. All sound is gone. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. With the deepest eye contact I've ever felt, she looks at me and asks, "Who sent you?" I stare back at her. I say nothing. With her other hand, the woman turns around to pick up a phone. I don't know who she wants to call, but I don't want to stick around to find out. I slam the cash on the counter, I grab the tickets, and I run. I run as fast as I can. Thinking back, I didn't hear anything. No yelling, no sirens. After all, I did pay for the tickets. Not with my money, but I paid for them. The air stings my lungs as I make it back to the van, out of sight of the stadium. My friend is still there, unharmed. Nobody has any idea what I just went through. I practically throw the tickets into the van. They quick flip through the envelope, checking the tickets against their list. The van people look at me. They hand me an envelope. "This is for you." Oh yeah, I'm getting paid for this. With a heavy thud, the door slides shut and the van drives off. That would ultimately be the last time I saw or even heard from these people. My friend and I opened the envelope. It had $500 in it. To a college student, I practically struck the lottery. Keep in mind that this was $500 for maybe an hour of my time. Did I think someone was gonna steal my kidneys? Kinda. Was this whole experience worth it? Not really. Oh, and guess what? That night we all went out to celebrate my accomplishments. And guess who loses their wallet? Really great. All that had been for nothing. But in the end, I did come away with a really great story.
Hey, Unsolved is on a new channel, and now you're part.
Subscribe here. That was my part.